We have over 250 kids still in captivity in Naija. And everybody's behaving as if everything is normal. We've moved on. And nobody's even talking about those things anymore. We even have our soldiers of the Nigerian Air Force captured by a small republic of Burkina Faso. It looks like everything has broken down irretrievably, and we have a duty to keep conscientizing and mobilizing Nigerian people to say to them, look, enough is enough, and that is why we are here to march peacefully with the NSC leadership, because they invited us to be part of it. But in terms of what they exactly want, I think they are in a better position to say that, because I know that as of last night they were still with the government, so their priorities might have changed, but I don't think their demands could have changed. Yes.
But how do you think insecurity have always been an issue? But how do you think, in your own view, this can be addressed?
Well, there's no reason for us to be giving excuses that insecurity has always been an issue. Insecurity has not always been an issue. The level of insecurity we have in Nigeria now has never been to this level. Even during the period of the Civil War, which I didn't experience but I read about, life was going on in different parts of the country. If you want to think about the zones during the Civil War, only the Southeast was blanketed in terms of violence and strife. But in the case of Nigeria today, you tell me which region of Nigeria is safe? None. If you go to the southeast, it's unsafe. You go to the southwest, it's unsafe. You go to the northwest, it's completely under siege. You go to the northeast, it's completely been taken over. In terms of even territory, Nigeria has lost almost 30% of its territory to non-state actors that they designate themselves as terrorists. They call them bandits, kidnappers. But the truth is that Nigeria at this time, and it seems as if the leadership of Nigeria has lost complete control of the security of the country. I'm just explaining that to you so that you know that it is not true that insecurity has always been there, not at the level that we are experiencing now.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That the NLC nationwide protest against insecurity will not hold. But here we are. Can you just say something about that?
I don't know when we should stop working on insinuation. Insinuation by who? NLC is an organization that has its own channel of communication. I'm not sure we sent any letter to the media calling off the action. So I don't know where you got that information. Or his meeting with the president, the same thing as call off. Let me know.
All right, so what are the demands? I did ask this question earlier, and I do know that as a Congress, you have some core demands that you're going to make today. What are those core demands that you'll be making of the president?
Before now, we did a letter to the president to discuss state of the nation with him, and that was in June, precisely June 16th. And between that time and now, we have made efforts. A letter to the minister, through the Minister of Labour, acknowledged. Letter to the CSO, to the President, acknowledged. A letter through the Secretary to the government, acknowledged. And between June and now, some of them acknowledged on the 17th, exactly 6 months today. Between that time and now, none of them communicated to the President. And part of the discussion we wanted to vote with the President is on national issue of security, both physical security, fiscal insecurity and financial insecurity. So it took this issue of action, which was basically to protest and to list to them the level of fiscal and financial insecurity that the workers are passing through. That yesterday, I think through the governors, through the progressive governors, we were able to secure a meeting with the president, and we listed all these issues, including the issue of crisis in the academic tertiary institutions. And we were clear with him, of course he agreed, that there should be a negotiating machinery in the academic, in the tertiary institutions. Today, as following the SANO, following the NASU. So agreed on that. On the issue of the health workers that have been on strike for a long time, we agreed on that, and he gave the governors the channel of getting back to him and interfacing between us and him, because it appears all the bureaucratic channels have collapsed. They are not working together. Nobody, I'm not sure they meeting. We now discuss this issue of insecurity, fiscal insecurity, and financial insecurity. And he said, that the security situation did not start with him, which we appreciate, but our leadership is a continuum. And he said he has done a lot, and we lamented on the issue of equipment by our own security, which he said he has gone far, making sure that in no distant time, the issue of this insecurity will be a thing of the past. And he now said that he had pulled Nigeria out of economic hardship, which will now say he wants it to translate to the pocket of the workers. And on the basis of that, Mr. President agreed that the entire National Executive Council of the NLC will have a meeting with him, I think so, NAC of NLC by January, so that all those issues will be discussed. And you can see that these are discussions and action in progress. But whether that will now, people will now translate it to the position of Congress. Calling for this protest is to call attention on the seriousness of both financial and fiscal insecurity. And you can see from him even agreeing to talk with us yesterday, he's getting momentum. And as we progress, the awareness and consciousness will be created. So I don't see why, people will try to demarcate themselves, not the NLC.
There's an unusual deployment of security men around. I've covered protests here.
Yeah.
You don't have them like this.
Yeah.
Did you invite them?
It's normal. For the success of any protest is about the number of policemen, DSS, that we are either sent to secure us or to stop us. Either way, that's the success. And we envisage all these things. So if they stop us, that shows that our action has effect. If they protect us, that equally shows that action has effect. But we have noticed some reaction from the security apparatus, especially the hierarchy. And we want to put it on record that industrial relation issues is not a security issue. So anytime we have an action, it will be wrong to send the heads of security institutions to negotiate with us. He said, no. In terms of labor issues, the office of the Secretary to the government and the Minister of Labor are responsible. So not the heads of security, whether that is to intimidate us or not. I've never seen any country where there are labor issues, we call security people, either to intimidate us or whatever. So that's what you are seeing here now. And I think it should be seen in that perspective.